you see that shit? Holy shit! What the hell?
Hey guys, good morning. I woke up like I had an alarm actually to wake me up before the CD Projekt Red stream because they announced the major update that's coming tomorrow with Gwent. I love Gwent, guys, so I'm totally following everything they release. Pretty much playing it every day. I'll have Gwent on Wednesday. What is today? 29th. Hell yeah, we still have. This is still 2 more days in April, so Monday and Tuesday, very conveniently still in April. But starting next month, so the whole Wednesday. The moment it's the Wednesday, we're doing non-Total War stuff, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Total War again. So only one day this week of non-Total War stuff. When will I be back on today's schedule? I'm trying to get I need to restore my sleep because I'm currently entering zombie mode where I'm never sleepy anymore, just tired. I need to reset it a bit for at least a week or two. As a frog, thank you for 2 months. Yoo-hoo! Hey, Banana, thank you for 10 months. What do we have here? How can you be well, you know, when you constantly up and you're not getting proper rest, you're slowly turning into a zombie. Where you basically just tired all the time and never need to sleep. You never have been in that state of in that state. The human body can never really get used to the night shifts, especially your digesting system. So yesterday we started the Warriors of Chaos, the 4th Warriors of Chaos in Model Empires. We are here with part 2. If you missed it, it's gonna be on YouTube later, and you have it on Twitch VODs, of course. All the VODs are on Twitch for the last previous 60 days. After that, in case you missed anything, everything is also on YouTube. Stuff takes a little bit long to get on YouTube, because Twitch has the exclusive right for the content for the 24 hours. So you cannot get it earlier. I also made 2 highlights. I highlighted that siege against Thalia, showing off the center defense against superior force with Bretonnians, and I made a highlight of the final battle where we used Eye of the Tiger, and YouTube did not block the video. The video cannot be monetized, but I don't monetize videos, so it's good. So you can hear the song as well. Oh, good. I see a nerf chaos change anything since the last place. Yes, the chaos is better than before. Better, more convenient to play for sure. Stronger synergies between the units because of how the boss work. Pretty much the battle system change to the chaos has done him a big favor, and the changes to the lord effects and the faction effects made the hordes easier to build up only if you're starting with Sigvald, while Arcane still has the strongest lord effect. So one thing you have to understand about the chaos before we get into the game, it's pretty much very similar to the Empire, where you know, the faction effect of Karl Franz is pretty good, but 10% campaign wound range versus 10 armor for all units. Well, since you if you're played a lot of Empire, you kind of wanna get the 10 armor so you can use more flavor armies. You know, overbuffed early units still usable later on. But if you really don't care about, you know, this is like some serious discussion. If you really don't care about trying some flavor armies, playing shit like Flagellants, or worried about, you know, being invaded a lot, if you just use quality units, Karl Franz is better than Gelt. There you go, I said it. So if you just use quality Doom stakes with the Empire, just their best stuff, you don't use Gelt. You start with Karl Franz, his bonus is better. So Empire has this option. People think the Empire doesn't have this option. The Empire has this option. I still think Gelt is the best start. But like I said, if you are in that mentality where you just want to use the best, Karl Franz start is better.
I am ready.
You get flavor here though. Flavor, and the flavor that works. So, and you're gonna unlock Karl Franz anyways. And this is why I always pick Gelt. Chaos does not really have this kind of pick, because the Chaos has to pretty much go only one way, which is Sigvald. Because if you do some numbers, it's not really optimal or efficient to play any other lord as your first lord. Shit faction effect, very weak. Lord effect, very powerful. Which means you don't care if you start with Arcane. Arcane is the strongest starting lord for the Chaos, but they're all three strong. You don't need overkill Archaon murdering everything himself. His Lord effect what makes him powerful, and Archaon himself is one of the most powerful. But his faction effect is pretty weak. It doesn't give you much in the early game. Kolek is a little better, but still flavor that is a big miss. While Sigvald, there is a strategy around Sigvald. Let me tell you, you wanna have all three Chaos Lords. The Sigvald is kinda hardest to unlock if you ask me. You eventually unlock Archaon. Sometimes, you know, you think it takes a long time, sometimes you think you're never gonna unlock him, but it will happen. Kolek is easiest to unlock. So why Sigvald is the only option, and this is, you know, bad design, is cause how the Horde growth works. Sigvald gives 3 Horde growth for the Lord's army, and then you have +5 growth on the campaign skills, which means you start with Sigvald, you build up your Horde faster, you progress faster. And then, you know, when you have some money, favor stacked, you have to consider second army. Before, you would get a second Lord, if you're lucky, a follower for growth, and you still build growth on the campaign skills. But not anymore. With Sigvald, you just want to replace Sigvald with Kolek or Archaon and give Sigvald a new Horde in a few turns. And Sigvald has the campaign skill and the Lord effect immediately to start leveling their Horde much faster. And this is pretty much the prime strategy to develop Hordes with Chaos. Sigvald always leaves to make a new Horde, while his Horde that has been developed gets a new Lord. That's like the main strategy of Chaos right now, and this is like how you do it. And this is why it's the only choice. While in case of the Empire, some people think the Gelt is the only choice, but it's not correct. Like I said, if you're going just for quality, Calafrance is better. So you have the multiple options here. I'm giving this example because both Empire and Voice of Chaos, they have 3 starting lords and they are part of the same faction, so you get to unlock all of them eventually. So they are not separate factions like there are separate factions here. This is much better design. Different starting location, different effects. But the game actually lets you choose here, and there are bad choices. They are really bad choices. You never want to start with Volkmar. Never want to start with Volkmar. Just forget about Volkmar. You either want to start with Gelt or Karl, and we'll set the options here. While the Chaos, it doesn't have really that choice. And I mean, some people, you know, they want to start a Chaos campaign and they want to have fun with Archaon early game. You know, I can see that. But if you want to play a Chaos campaign, you want to do it right, and you want to, you know, play a longer Chaos campaign, there is only one way to go with it, and it's with Prince Evil the Magnificent. Until they make each one of these leaders their own faction, the Sigvald is the only choice. Because, I mean, look at this. +10 leadership for the Chaos Warrior units. Recruitment cost minus 30% for the Chaos Warrior units. This is one of the worst, if not the worst, faction effects in the whole game. As these units do not need this stuff. Recruitment cost and leadership. Leadership for some of the highest leadership units in the game. I mean, who designed this shit? This is by far the worst. Borderloo used to have the worst one. It used to have the worst one when this was 5%, but this gotta be the worst. I mean, let's actually see if actually this is the worst one. Okay, what do we have? Tyrion, oh, look at it, easy game. It's like, we don't even have to read this shit, this is OP. Teclis, 5 recruit for the mages, diplomacy with men and high elves. Good. Avalon, what Avalon has, it has special gimmick with a faction for the bonus, so this is, you know, not just, you know, better, but also, you know, some flavor. What do we have here? Alitanar. Alitanar is fucking overpowered, we don't even have to talk about this. The Gran Pepe. Minus 10 diplomacy with all factions. This is a candidate to rival Archaon. Okay. But still, Archaon is worse. It's worse. This is really bad. This is shit. This is garbage. This is bad, but I still feel like Archaon is worse. This is shit. Holy shit, why they give Mazdamundi such a shit thing? And I think I saw a video, one of them YouTube celebrities on Total War community did a video where they put Lord Mazdamundi in some of the best campaign lords in the game. I just want to put this on a piece of paper, drop it in the toilet, take a dump. That's how bad it is. But still, I think the Arcane is worse. So, Lord Mazdamundi is one of the worst. It's one of the worst for sure. I think Arcane's faction effect is even worse. But you have a choice. You don't have to start with Arcane. You don't have a choice here. You have to start with this guy. Krogar has one of the strongest bonuses. We don't even have to talk about this. We all talk about this many times. This is just a huge economy boost. This guy has some kind of flavor. We can forgive this guy because this is one of the try-hard campaigns. Effects like this, you know, some factions will be like this, so this is fine. This is totally fine. It's with this flavor with this faction. The Tlaka is good stuff. The Pterodons just dominate the game because the extra explosive. Get see further. Start with the terror mounts on the heroes and the Right of Zunki. The Right of Zunki is one of the best gimmicks in the game. What does Malekith have? Malekith gives a percentage of XP earned to other lords. I actually like this a lot. And I know why this is red. You know, it messes the loyalty sometimes a bit, but it shouldn't. So this is fine. Loyalty for new recruits, and then it switches. I think this is fine. It does look bad, but I don't think this is a bad thing. Murati spreads chaos corruption, low relations with the Exos of Neg, more diplomas with Dark Elves, chaos corruption, upkeep minus 50% for the heroes. Just this line here, you don't even have to read the rest. It's better than both Mazdamundi and the Archaeon. Harganet, another flavor faction. This is also fine. There is a penalties if you don't do the knight, and the blood knight, the death knight also might actually be better now with the changes. This is still, you know, really nothing special, but it's not as bad as Mazdamundi and the Arcane. The Blessed Red. Getting arcs from the major ports, I think it's a good thing. The rest is really nothing special, but it's like nothing really bad. You do get some stuff. Another flavor lord. Cicero soldiers are really good. Quick, he gets experience earned by other lords. He levels so fast. This is nothing special, but still not even comparable to Archaeon and Mazdamundi. Clump Pestilence, cheaper construction cost. This makes actually early game a little smoother, and cheaper Pestilence scheme doesn't really matter. Nothing really special, just helps, you know, get the early game sorted a little faster. We're checking his faction effects, guys. Faction effects, see if anybody has worse than Archaeon and Lord Mazdamundi. Clan Rictus, okay. This is one of the contenders for the worst, for sure. But I don't think it's as bad as Archaeon and Mazdamundi. This is some kind of flavor that is a big miss. I actually lost my first Clan Rictus campaign because I actually was doing this shit. This is definitely one of the worst, but not as worse as not as bad as Lord Mazdamundi and Archaeon. Lord Mazdamundi better is because the Slan, the Mage Priests are shit. They're shit. They're only good to get Arcane items. So far, still Archaeon the worst. I would put Lord Mazdamundi second worst. Tretch third worst. Okay, we have top 3 boys. Top 5 worst faction effects. Clan Scar, overpowered as fuck. What do we have here on the Vampire Coast? Nothing special, nothing bad. This is fine. This is really nothing special. 6 defense for the lords and heroes. Makes the lords and the Mongols especially better. Nothing special, nothing bad. The Dread Fleet, is fine. They have some of their flavor, and the Necroflex can be recruited faster. Nothing special. They already have crazy recruitment capacity, so this is kind of too much, like extra, waste. Pirates Sartosa, basically more money, more treasure maps to modding with its 100, so it's basically flavor, but you see plus numbers, plus numbers, plus numbers. You're gonna be getting more money sometimes from the sec. The treasure maps don't matter that much. Nothing really special, not really that bad compared to the worst 3. But I would wish some of this stuff would definitely be better. This faction, man, this faction gives me my back starts to itch. The Drowned, loyalty for new recruits, upkeep on the Sarinian Mongols. Oh, this is pretty nice, nice flavor. I have not played Drowned yet. This is pretty nice. You can totally use a lot of sirens with this one. Get Burke Black and use sirens with him as well. Cetra is overpowered, man. That don't even have to mention it. It gets so much public order and extra stuff. This is overpowered. What do we have next? Exils of Neck. They do get campaign range, good replenishment, so nothing bad here. This is decent stuff. Court of Liberas, ammunition plus 20 with all armies. This is good, and plus 20 with all Tomb Kings, so gives them better relations with the rest of Tomb Kings. And I have a climate jungle, so you can take the south. This is fine. 20 ammunition, gives you the idea of getting more range units, and plus 20 ammunition for the Casket of Souls. That's very nice. What do we have here? Archon the Black. Wisdom Magic Power is plus 10 all armies. Flavor with some vampire stuff. Nothing special, nothing strong. Karl has a really good one. Makes diplomacy with the Emperor provinces easier, smoother diplomacy. You start higher Lord immediately. 10% campaign movement range is very good. Upkeep reduction for the Riser and the Greatsword units for the whole faction. And the Greatswords is your basically main infantry. And 8 leadership for the slot effect. So this is pretty good. Like I said, if you're running Empire and you want a quality army, Karl Franz is the best running Lord. If you want to have flavor and make all the more Empire units work while having strong garrisons, it's the Gelt. Gelt has a pretty good one. One I love just when the whole faction gets extra armor, especially the garrisons of the Empire. It's so nice. Extra wizard is also nice. Extra upkeep reduction for wizard. This is very nice bonus. It's so hard to decide between these two. If you're like playing a long campaign, this looks nice, but this is also so nice. I personally prefer Gelt, but if you just enforce quality, no flavor, Karl is fine to start with as well. We're talking about the faction effects. Faction effect for Volkmar, magic item drop chance plus 20%. I mean, this is fine. It has flavor. It does have some strength here, but the other two are so much better that this is trivial. The fact is that the Flagellants will be better when you start with Balthazar than if you start with Volkmar. He still gets his lore effect for them. The dwarves, easy diplomacy with the other dwarves, upkeep reductions along with hammers, nobody really cares. Recruit ranks plus different hammers. This is, I wish the High Kings had something else, man. The 20 relations with dwarves is fine. It's gonna make really easy early game. Zuvbar, Karak Buvdar, Karak Azul, Karak Hirn. You're gonna get all those treaties, maybe even Confederation option faster. But I wish his things were a little bit different. I wish, I wish he did give some research bonus, which faction doesn't even really need, instead of some shit like this. This is like this looks like it's something, but it's really nothing except this diplomacy bonus. White Dwarf is one of the most overpowered lords in the game because of his event. and his campaign skills. This is like, you don't need much to say about this. If you wanna play one of the most overpowered factions in the game, you play Gromdal. You know, that's what makes High King so bad. High King is so bad as a starting lord just because Gromdal exists. Because Gromdal exists. Gromdal needs to get moved to Karak-Zorn or Spinosotek or Krakadrak somewhere else. He's making High King look bad. And High King is one of the top many experts in the game. You know, just his faction effect is a little bit weak. Of course, when you compare it to Gromdal, Gromdal's overpowered. Not just this event he has, but his campaign skills. Clan Angun is one of the tryhard factions, you know, they start with overpowered ghosts. So flavor with a strong flavor. They're the worst, of course. Some people find Clan Angun hard, but they don't really know how to use those heroes properly, I guess. Another flavor, Lord of the Dwarves. I just wish the faction effect would make Slayers much cheaper and not the Lord effect. I think it's a bit miss. They should definitely have additional upkeep production for the Slayers in the faction and still keep the one for the Ungrim Iron Fist so you can use the Slayers early. I think they should add another 30% upkeep production on the faction effect and remove this recruitment cost nonsense. But another flavor lord, fine. Gringor has campaign moon range of 10%, so automatically, you know, makes him one better. Azak has plus 25% research. Once we get that, you know, Tech 3 rework, it's gonna be great. Tryhard faction, flavor, nothing really can say bad about this. Same with here. I do love this first and the second one. It's a little bit overpowered compared to the rest of the lords. But it's a faction flavor. This is one of the most unpolished factions in the game. Manfred has movement range, so you can't really say anything bad about this. Cheaper Graveguard is also good. Gorse is the best one to start with. The 30% research rate is overpowered. 20% replenishment rate with 30% research makes him one of the most overpowered starting lords in the game. Vlad, 10% movement range. Nothing bad. Makes Vlad with the changes to the lord effects best starting lord for the von Carstens because you get Isabella anyways. Isabella is nothing bad, but since Vlad exists, she's gonna be ignored. There is a flavor here, which is a little bit of a miss if you ask me, but it's still nothing. It's still bad as Archean, Lomas Mundi, or Clan Ictus.
Where's my next?
Wolfric has the Mammoth flavor. 15 attack for the mammoths. Mammoths have more attack, means things explode more often. Yoo-hoo! Hey guys, we're going through the faction effects to find the worst ones. Pick the top 3 worst ones. Cheaper Marauders, who cares? Very nice flavor, strong flavor. Cheaper trolls, physicalism trolls. I love trolls. Unless they're in the Twitch chat. Lone Liker, 10% movement range. This is a good stuff.
My reputation
Borloop
precedes me.
doesn't seem anything special at first, but once you see you can recruit a whole army of Pegasus in 2 turns and extra push veterans for the knights, it's not really bad. Doesn't look any good at first, but the second and third line kind of a bit have a safe face. While both Luen and Carcassonne have much better faction effect. So you, if you wanna play the Betonia with the strongest faction effect, doesn't matter which you start really. I did 10% with Luen. Luen is the strongest one out of the 3, but the Faint Chantress almost as strong because he has a much easier start and has a casualty replenishment rate plus 15%. And the fact you can just grind there and nobody can do anything when you replenish faster. So both Faye and the Luen, you know, are definitely much better. While this is nothing really to frown upon, these two are just better. 15% more replenishment for the full faction is a great thing, especially putting up the long campaigns. Orion has his flavor, a little nothing special if you ask me. Durtu has his flavor, also nothing special if you ask me. Kazrak used to be one of the worst, but if you wanna have the best Bestigors, you start with him. plus 10 charge for the Bestigors. The Bestigors can really hit hard, but the fact the Miners exist makes this look a little bad. This is definitely a contender to top 5 worst, just because the Miners exist. Not top 3 for sure. This one is powerful. Powerful. Makes him the only choice to start with the Beastmen. Beastmen should be separate factions in my opinion. Because the Malagor is so powerful in the beginning with his bonus and for the rest of the campaign that Kazark and Morg just look bad. And Kazark has his flavor, which is a big miss if you ask me. He should lead a separate faction with a different faction effect. And same for Morgur. Morgur is flavor, but the flavor is not that good. Malagor faction effect is just nuts for the Beastmen. More growth for all armies, more companion wound range, more brave shamans. If you ever played Beastmen, you would understand that extra 2 cohere capacity is powerful, because they need more horse to get more capacity. This is a little bit overpowered. These two are kind of shitty on the faction effects. This is definitely one of the best faction effects in the game, or any starting lord. The big difference is he starts in Estalia, Norland, and he starts in Blightwater. So you don't want all of a sudden the same location, you know, feel a little bit boring. So that's why they need to separate the factions. So Kazark and Morgur actually look like something. Malagor is making them look really bad. And Malagor also is starting as a wizard. Is a wizard, which is also starting as a wizard is more powerful than starting as a fighter. Not in every case, but in this case, significantly more powerful. Archaon, definitely, I would say it's the worst one still. Archaon, the worst faction effect in the game. Until they change things with the Lord Mazdamundi, second worst. I would put Clan Elixir as the third worst. Let's not go for 4 and 5. These are the 3 worst ones. For sure. Look at this garbage. What the hell? Okay. Now jibber jabber, let's go into the campaign. In terms of planning what to buy, well, if you're bored and you want to play a campaign or 2, sure. But replay value is not good. The other 3 best, I don't really want to go into that right now. We just already spent quite a bit of time, but there are several lords that fit there. I'm not going to be sure who I'm going to put there. But Grombendal, Gorst, Ikit Claw, Malagor, and a couple of others now that don't come to mind are definitely there. Okay, so we're here with our 4th worst chaos campaign in the Modern Empires. This chaos campaign was a milestone campaign. I think it's M12. There's rules. We can only use 3 chosen and up to 8 chaos warriors. And they're currently active handicap of 2, which means we can have a full army. We are stuck with 18. The special is on, so if you guys wanna undermine the campaign, it's available. The goal of this campaign is to destroy Ultuan, all of Ultuan, do what Chaos has failed in the past. This is still an early game. It's only turn 23. We cover Warpath to Kislev, destroy Volsgrad, Prague, Kislev, and Fort Jakoa. Diplomacy, we are allied with the Besseling and the Clan Mulder. There were actually a couple of interesting battles in the beginning. There was one close battle we almost lost, but it happened even before.
Chatterer Gorby's Chariot.
Gorby's Chariot. What you gonna name it, dear bro? The moment is available, I'll recruit. You want it with the Prince Sigvald in his army? You can pick which lord you want to use it with. The seagull fits it the best because of stylish. By the way. One moment. Party wagon. Okay. Let me just note this down. What is Chaos 4? Party wagon or the Gore Beast. We can definitely fit a Gore Beast chariot in the army and we can keep using it. Okay, for Sigurd. To get a Gore Beast chariot, we will require the forges building, and this is natural second building after the Chaos War Shrine, so you're in luck. I do prefer this as a second building in Sigurd. This army will be a perfect fit once Archaon is unlocked, so we give this army to Archaon, and Sigurd gets starts to get a new horde. We already explained, you know, with the Sigurd how we're gonna do with the hordes, because of the Sigurd unique benefits to grow hordes faster, and this will really be enhanced if we actually get more followers. One thing to note when you're playing hordes, Beastmen and the Warriors of Chaos, is stacking lords. Not Bretonians with them stacking lords because of no supply lands. They were not the first with this shit. The Beastmen were pretty much first with this shit. Staking lords to get more experience, more items, more followers is the way to go. Because there are limited amount of battles in the campaign, so staking lords is the best way to have powerful characters with full gear. So what does this mean? When we recruit another lord, Archaon or Kolek, they go together with Sigurd, and they grow the hordes together, fight all the battles together. You have this one overpowered force that will be unbeatable, and all three getting experience at the same time, all their characters getting experience at the same time, and every lord after battle gets have a chance to find a new item or a new follower, marks of chaos or banner. Compared to what would happen, you send Sigurd alone, you have only one chance to find a new item or the new followers, marks of chaos and banners. But when you use 3 in every single battle, it's tripled. Now imagine this 34 battles later, tripled drop chance, triple loot. How many more items, followers, marks of chaos and banners you're gonna get. So if you wanna have powerful characters, geared characters, staking armies together and using them as one large army is the way to go. And nobody can do this better than the Beastmen, Bretoni and the Chaos. If you wanna have a lot of items. The game does not give you enough items. The game is actually, this is by design, because each lord has a chance to find an item, followers, marks of chaos, banners, when they rank up, do a battle. By using more lords in battle, the chances are double, tripled, or you can go 4 times, because you can use up to 4 lords in every battle. This type of gameplay makes Chaos invincible, Beastmen too, but you still have to unlock the other lords to do it. Once they get powerful enough with all their gear, all their horde buildings and armies, they can go separate ways. So you divide them and destroy things faster. Chaos and the Beastmen suffer for the same issue in the campaign, where everybody's afraid of them eventually and nobody wants to face them in the field. And this is only natural. Who would face a full chosen army with monsters in the field? Everybody's just gonna flee and hide in their castles. So this issue is that the siege battles are 9 out of 10 times, even higher, the most common battles for the Chaos. which means you have to sort your compositions towards the siege bells. And sometimes if they meet you in the field, they might meet you with 3+ armies, 2 armies, 4 armies, and your composition might not be as good in against all those, but you can still prevail due to chaos quality. Stats of the aspiring champions, sure. They have pretty high stats, but in my opinion, they need to get more entities. I've been I've been saying this for a while now. What needs to be done with the aspiring champions? They need to get another 4 entities. So on low 5, normal 10, large 15, ultra 20. 20 entities with additional health. They have not been really brought to the Warhammer 2 standard. Because why get 3.17,000 health unit when you can get a unit with 9,000 health? Doesn't matter they have extra stats. Doesn't matter they have special attack mechanics and the melee attack. They do not have enough health. They will suffer the same fate as Dead Guard. They are can be tougher than Dead Guard going into melee, but Dead Guard is tougher in melee. And the fact they are part of the Chaos Vanguard, which is a skill you're going to ignore, makes them even weaker. If they were part of Blades of the Chaos, I might have just, you know, let it slide. But this unit needs 4 more entities and more health. This does not work. I guess it's it's a multiplayer unit. Easy fix for the aspiring champions. Easy fix.
Ready.
There could be a technology that increases aspiring champion unit size by 50%, so they don't have to balance it for the multiplayer. Easy fix. Chet, CS, Spice, Kappa, note it down. We'll go for Karakungur. I declare war on the Red Eye due to treachery. Every 10 turn we have to break a treaty, declare a war. And since Chaos has limited options, we eventually gonna have to declare war on everybody. Okay.
Are you a god?
We can recruit Chosen. We can add one more Chosen to this army. Dogs fired. Okay. We can use 3 Chosen and 8 Chaos Warriors. And this is pretty much your core for the Chaos armies. And it's gonna be the core we base our army upon for Sigvald. We'll be adding stuff to this composition later. Lowering amount of Chaos Warriors by increasing the amount of better units. Chaos Warriors are excellent units. They're some of the best what they do. But Chosen are just better. There is a limitation. We can use 3 Chosen and 8 Chaos Warriors for the purpose of this campaign. Does the model boost affect the horse? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So we'll be facing some orcs. We'll be facing more Empire. Eventually, we're gonna go to Ultuan and fight them off. We are not beelining for it. We are causing chaos in the Empire before we're getting there. Ultuan is not as easy to bully as is the Empire. For this purpose, especially if you decide to visit the vampires, certain Isabella, you know, the halberds and the shields are better. I mean, it's situationally the halberd's gonna be better. Really fast, how fast the Empire takes up, but we don't wanna be vulnerable to 4+ Rise Guard. And since we can only use 3 Chosen, the most versatile Chosen, of course, is the Halberdiers. It's not the shield one. Why is the Halberdiers more versatile? They're already tanky as fuck. They have armor piercing and they have a bonus to large. Thing you don't know, they attack slower than the other 2. And because of this versatility, they don't have shields. And they don't have as high offense as the great weapons. All 3 chaos all three chosen, totally justified. There is no one chosen only. They have their things. Like this one is the tankiest. This is like just you're gonna be hitting a wall fighting these guys, especially in Archaon's army. This one deals the highest damage. It's a shock unit, while this one will defend the best in melee against any threat due to having a halberd. The fact that they have a really high anti-large bonus makes it really deadly to anything large, really. You don't want to fuck with these guys with large units, just ignore them. Shoot them if you can. Best solution against the chosen units, artillery. Target them with the artillery. You don't want to mess with these guys in melee. I guess we can just get 3 halberdiers due to our the limitation, because the halberdiers are the best, and I do want to make them veterans. If I had to pick one, the halberdiers is the way to go. Since I have 3 limited, I'll get 3. I'll get 3 halberdiers. The shields definitely more useful fighting in the Empire. These guys will just not die and they'll just stand there all day. The halberdier is not as strong fighting the Empire in the early game as the other two, but we're thinking about long term. We still have plenty of Chaos Warrior slots, so we don't have to take every role, you know. We can even use the Chaos Warrior halberdiers. They are still good. We'll fight off pretty much everything large as well. You have to understand the Chaos Warriors are already some of the best at what they do. The Chosen are just better. The money is not the issue, so you always go with the Chosen. But we have limits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're gonna keep most of the Chaos Warriors with the shields. We have Mark of Khorne. Pretty good for the Shielded Chosen. Makes them way better at killing. With more attack and weapon damage. I just love how the regular Chosen hit 26 charge. Man, these stats are just incredible. Stats are incredible, but I'm gonna go with 3 halberds. I wanna get them veterans. We have to disband the regular one. We can only use 3 chosen, so this one has to go. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we have one more unit slot. There's nothing else to use right now other than the aspiring champions. We'll get another unit of aspiring champions. Aspiring champions are going to be good to get into the Chaos Warriors, so they can provide some of their extra kick. These guys are not damage dealers; they are tanks. While they still have pretty good offense stats, 20 charge, good attack, good strength. These guys are the damage dealers. Well, this is like all-purpose. We also got Chaos Sorcerer with a really shitty trait, but we can't be picky about this right now. The natural choice is to get Infernal Dominance, which is wow. Just wow. So if there's gonna be a chance to improve Shield Wizard, I'm gonna be tempted. Yeah. we'll get the next tier of technology. So far, we buffed replenishment, so we can replenish anywhere, as long as we're not under attrition. We buffed post-battle loot, buffed the income from raising settlements. Chaos gets most of their favor from battles. There's something weird. Kislev only gave us like 3,700, and it should have gave us like over 8,000 at the time. Yeah, this is all fine here. What's the best magic lore for Chaos in my opinion? They're all good, really. They're all good. Because of Chaos, the death is a little bit weaker. So the other ones are gonna be a little bit better, just because it's Chaos. Chaos doesn't really need that lore. It doesn't really suit their army that well. It feels like metal or the fire is the best for the Chaos. Fire or metal, I would go. If you one of them, go with Shadows. You can fuck up Shadows. That's why people like it. But there are situations where the other lords can be much more powerful, metal and fire, for the Chaos. Shadow is very easy to use. Just use the Pit of Arkard and laugh in their faces.
I am Slamish's scion.
Get at me, Ed.
It's safe to use and it's easy to use. So use Shadows unless you know what you're doing. Yeah. I'll go for the supernatural prowess. Melee attack for Chaos Warriors by James Chosen. I think the Chaos actually has students, so we're gonna wait.
Avert your eyes.
What is this? Tier 4.
For chaos.
A bit of just a little bit inside joke, Arkard always talks about all these lores, but always picks Shadows. At least he used to in the past. I don't know what he does these days. Shadows is strong. It's a safe pick, easy to use. It gets a bit boring if you use it all the time. All the lores don't get much use because of it. Eight attack is a big deal. 12 weapon damage is not much, but they still have 17 weapon damage. We're gonna give 2 damage. We're better to use one of the Chaos Warriors, but with these guys with more attack we get experience faster. These guys have slow attack interval, so getting more attacks guarantees they don't miss. They're supposed to fight large, so they never miss. Against infantry they need all attack they can get. Army on the left! Army on the right, 50-50. Oh, look at that Armor of Destiny. We always attack this side. Always. Fuck that shit. I'm gonna go grind here. This only AI attacks this side. I'm gonna be AI today. Elich Pepega. This side is such... It's like, why would you ever attack this side? This is so exposed here. Well, this is too defended. Oh, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 siege towers. 4 towers. Oh, let's take damage.
All will be despoiled.
All will be despoiled.
Every mortal. Tremble, mortals.
Look at that Chaos Vanguard. Man, they're gonna get to that door so much faster than the rest of the guys. I love it. I think we send the two units here as well. That's fine.
Pestilent glory. God's bloody glory. Eye of the gods. What? Chosen. Slay every mortal.
Yeah. This is the stronghold of Karakungur. This is from where the Grimgur comes. This is where he's. Oh, look at all this tower shooting. Look at this shit. Why the fuck would you attack this place? Who designed this shit?
Faster! Our blade! All will be despoiled! Chosen! Running! There will be done! Vengeance many glories! Run, you dogs! Going! Reality bends!
What the fuck are these guys doing? What kind of formation is that?
Chosen! My gods call! For the Chaos Gods! Chosen! Chaos Warriors! Moving! For the God's Father! Exalted hero!
Come on, guys, for fuck's sake, fix that shit. I don't mind sieges, really. I just don't mind sieges. I mind this shit when the door glitches or units trying to climb the wall glitches. This I mind. It would be so much more enjoyable if the shit wasn't happening. Is that so? It's so much to ask for them to fix the siege, these bugs in the sieges. And goblins against the hell cannons should be legal. They don't have enough HP, so the explosion damage destroys them all.
So be it.
Incoming! There's some big ones, huh? At least we're gonna have a good melee grind.
The Gale Prince speaks.
What the fuck are these guys? They made a door. Almost happened to me as well. The Sphinx went through the door and I nearly lost it. To you know to what? It lost leadership and started to crumble because of the door glitch. So stupid. I wanna hit here. No, don't hit the tower. We actually giving greenskins a good scrap here. They should be happy with this. They live for this shit.
See who wields true power. Kill, maim, burn.
One thing the aspiring champions have that the other Chaos Warriors Chosen don't have, they attack like heroes. They have splash damage and knockback, but still their HP is not justified at all. Like I said, more entities, 4 more entities should do.
Chaos come.
What's the worst thing is that their battle skill is part of the is the one you're gonna take, so it makes them weaker, a really weak choice. Not really designed for single player, I'm afraid, which is feels bad, man. They don't really take these things in mind, you know, when they do this shit. Like it's already not strong enough like the other stuff, and then the battle skill is awkward for them. This makes them not very usable. Just gonna use them if you don't have anything else to use. In this case, because we have limitations, I would have used all chosen at this point, or pretty much all chosen at this point, if there were no limitations.
Slay every mortal.
This guy is actually doing some trouble here. Taking so much extra damage because we attacked this ship part of the city.
Chaos comes. Move fast.
49 attack,
Running. Move fast. Running.
The aspiring champions are not easy to kill, but still they lack HP to be viable over the chosen. That's the main issue.
Eye of the god.
It's so easy to fix the aspiring champion. Just make them have a technology that gives them 50% more entities.
Mortal
It's like one of the easiest fixes in the game.
chaos.
You only could fix greenskins that easily.
Let us bring about an infernal.
This is a pretty good battle for the greenskins here. Good scrap. You can't complain about this battle. The Papa says, too bad that only like 5% player base plays MP, 95% CSP. Yeah, it's too bad. Were you the yesterday the one that called me jackass after I was not being nice to you? If you, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was cranky yesterday. 300 kills on the Hell Cannon. Okay, we get 9,000s here.
Despoil. Witness my beauty.
Rank 11. So we have the Blaze by Chaos. To Maniacal is next rank, huh? Gonna save the skill points. Thing you can do, this is rank 12. But this doesn't mean you have to take this rank 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. You can have all these on rank 12. Save skill points and then click, 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 click. I do want to get driven by lust. It'll make things go faster. This is a very good skill.
Are you a god?
I think I'm just gonna go scouting, gonna keep him, use Miasm for damage. I want more items.
Dominance. Avert your eyes.
As you can see, we are replenishing quite nicely. Replenishment, this is Chaos Replenishment. That was one of the best changes they did to Chaos. Melee attack for the Chaos Warrior, Aspiring Champion, and Chosen units. Look at this, they're all together here. All together here, but not all together here. They dare, they dare to put Chaos Spawn together with the Chaos Warriors and the Chosen. They dare. What the fuck? Put the Chaos Spawn with the rest of the garbage and put Aspiring Champions here. Make them a little more viable. Fallon is here. Hey Fallon. Yoo-hoo. We have tried Low Croak farm, yes. Check the Tlaco campaign, the last few parts. The whoever designed the battle skills for the old wolf factions did a good job, but it could have been better, much better. I'm actually surprised that the CA actually done it this well. They must have hired one of the mods, one of the mod creators to do this thing. It's a little bit. I don't really believe they done it themselves. But it still could have been better, like that change with the Aspiring Champions, for example. One thing is forcing lore, and then you apply balance to it, but things have to be convenient and make sense as well. The design has to have to be make sense. Make sense. You know what does make sense to me? You know, Vanguard. You know what is a Vanguard? Vanguard is a force, a small force of the army sent ahead of the army to engage with the enemy. It doesn't mean they are all sent to die. But in a game like this, where they're trying to connect lore and balance, just listen to me, listen to this. A Vanguard unit, these guys have Vanguard, but yet they have 3168 health, 16 entities. How does that make any sense? So they make it lore friendly here, sheet design here, while no sense whatsoever here. How do they don't make these connections? Of course, you know, you don't have to play 5,000 hours of this game to actually make this connection. There is a you know, fundamental flaw here. Vanguard unit, 3100 health, lore friendly here, makes no sense here, and shit by design here. I hope I'm not the only one seeing this, guys. Is this making sense to you? So to make it work better, they should ignore the lore-friendly placement of the battle skill here. Put it here. Put the Chaos Spawn here. Just because, you know, Chaos Spawn should really be with monster. Why is Chaos Spawn here? What the hell? Why is Chaos Spawn here? This is called Monster Strength. Put the Chaos Spawn here. Why is the Chaos Spawn here? It's like a guy decided each one of these skills have to fit 3 units, not 2, not one, but you know 3, maybe 4. So the Chaos Spawn should be here, and the Aspiring Champion should be here. And this unit should of course get 4 more entities on Ultra. Make it a technology that gives them more entities. Doesn't have to be a change that will affect the multiplayer. And holy shit, things start to make sense. Things start to make sense. You don't have to be an expert at anything. I don't even have to play this game ever again. I can get into the game, I can look at numbers, I can tell the numbers are off. A game I never played before. It's like, look at that Elich talk. He thinks he's so full of shit, you know, thinks he knows everything. These numbers are so off. You don't even have to play this game to see the numbers are off. Look at this. Vanguard, 16 guys, 3100 health. Not included with the Chaos Warriors and the Chosen. Instead, Chaos Spawn, which are supposed to be here, are here. And these guys are here, not here. It's like this design, man. This is like just one of 100 things that could be better in this game. But still, whoever done this shit here did like still a good job. Just some of the things like this still don't make no sense. Maybe one day we'll get it, but I don't think they're gonna touch this ever again because nobody listens to me. You just wish, you know, a thing would fit more. The fact that multiplayer exists, I think this is a thing. If multiplayer didn't exist for balance purposes, this would never be a thing. So, how's the best way to fix this? This is just one of 100 things, guys. I could start writing down things in a notebook, or you know, it would be like a Elich book of shit design in Thor Warhammer series, and I could probably fill like 3 of them. Or how many things like this don't make no sense in the game. There is one thing, you know, lore friendly. You can't balance around lore. You can't place around lore and expect to make sense and be balanced at the same time. You know, we all know greenskins. Well, what happens when you try to balance around lore and shit flavor? There is lore, there is flavor, and there is shit that makes sense, and shit that just plays well, that fits together well. Shit has to fit together and make sense above anything else. Fuck the lore, fuck the balance. It has to make sense. So, what has to happen here? You know, not touch their precious multiplayer. There should be a technology in this area here that says plus 50% size to the aspiring champions, which means aspiring champions will receive another 8 entities with added health. And not only this will make them better than the Chaos Warriors. They're not better than the Chaos Warriors. Don't get fooled by that. This will not only make them better than the Chaos Warriors, but they will actually go be comparable to Chosen. The Chosen will still be better, but these guys would be a viable flavor option to go together with the Chosen. Because these guys have one thing the Chosen don't have, and it's not magic attacks. Don't even mention this shit. They can actually fight together with the Chosen in a really good synergy, because some of the guys they hit will get knocked down, knocked back, they attack like heroes, and the Chosen not only will be fighting better, but they will be fighting together almost as one unit, much better. Chosen will be better at killing, not taking damage. The aspiring champions, they will like take no damage whatsoever if you combine them like this. But 16 entities and this shit health, this health is really shit. Just, it's not making them viable.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit?
So a technology here that says plus 50% entity size to the aspiring champions would fix everything. Of course, they have to be part of the Blessed by Chaos. This Chaos Spawn should be moved here. And fuck the Chaos Vanguard, leave that shit to the special mal boys.
Bring ruin. Ready.
Hey Kenan, thank you for the 8 months. This is just one thing, guys. I could talk about this for the rest of the week, and we still won't even talk about half the things.
For chaos.
Just imagine we start writing all this shit down and mail it to the creator assembly. You know, just imagine it. How fast we would get ignored and they would start laughing. Look at that guy. He thinks so full of shit, he thinks he knows everything. That's how what they probably think of me, and they don't even take me seriously.
I ain't doing that.
Because everybody has their own ideas how the game should work. Everybody thinks they know better than the developer. Well, bitches, I have 6,000 hours. How much hours do you have? Of course I know better.
Attack.
Begin the reaping.
Let's send in our Vanguard.
Slanesh's perverse glory.
All the greenskins will shake in their pajamas.
Flay them. I am channeling. Chosen. Undivided. Exalted hero. Move fast. Move on them. Slay every mortal. Chaos comes. Running. They will succumb. Towards bloody glory.
Aspiring champions getting knocked down by Goblin Wolf Riders. What the fuck, man? Oh shit. Oh, I'm gonna cry.
All will be hell
Fucking aspiring champions, man.
of chaos.
The only reason why they are not the champions or the chosen or shit, whatever there is in the chaos hierarchy or whatever, is because they don't wanna die. Because if they think they're better than this, they're gonna have to go duel somebody. They're gonna get killed.
Now,
You don't wanna challenge Archaean, man. Just stay up aspiring champion for the rest of your life.
slay every mortal. Running.
Look at that Chaos Vanguard, man. $120 armor, huh?
All will be despoiled.
Wolf Riders knocking them down.
Go fast. Running.
They do have very high health per entity, but the unit's total health is very low. And this is shit design. We didn't have anything else to recruit marker. Because of the limitations. Sacrifice captives though we get a can faster. We all should always sacrifice.
Grotesqueries.
I just love it how this wizard has 115 armor. Love it.
Handsome and lethal.
Going for this next. Need more population.
Now.
No.
Onward to destruction. What?
What? I refuse. Fool.
Next building we're getting is the forges.
Bring ruin.
English cake. Got a card and attacking Temple of. The Slither King has a pretty strong trait. Sigvald needs armor piercing. One day they will give it to him. I'm just a little sad that they didn't give it to him when they were giving it to Tyrion Archaon. Should lose like some weapon damage and gets armor piercing damage. So getting Grimgor and the what's her name, Crown Helbron would actually make Sigvald much better. The Maniacal doesn't do anything. It's there just to knock the other skills. You're not playing Bretonia, Skaven or the Greenskins to need 5 leadership. 2 skills. Okay,
Are you a god?
I'm gonna click it. Upkeep minus 9% for all units. Income from West Helens plus 15%. Income from post battle loot 15%. Oh my god. I need 5 minutes alone with this skill. Sigvald inspires fanatical devotion in his followers, but they know that in the aftermath of battle they may say their most unholy lust without restraint. Jesus, this skill is like... it's unreal, man. 1 point. 1 point. Incredible.
I am Slaanesh' scion.
The gold is pretty nice.
Despoil! Wipe them out!
Oh man. Oh please, don't kill my... Come on. Don't kill my aspiring champions. No, don't do it, goblins. Okay. Okay, thanks so much for being merciful. Ooh, possessed.
You dare.
I dare. Stylish. Armor plus 8, melee damage plus 6 for the whole army. When I saw this skill for the first time, I need to change my pajamas. It's like they were ruined. It was ruined. Possessed, huh? Yeah.
For chaos!
Hmm. One, two, three, four, five, six. Let's not be one of those boring fucks who uses doesn't use mirror guard in within Sigvald's army. 2. When I saw, I'm not gonna even mention who, you know, but you guys know him. He had Sigvald, he had Archaon, I think he even had Colic, and Archaon had a mirror guard in his army and not Sigvald. God damn, man, you boring fuck. One, two, three, four, five, six.
Avert your eyes. Despoilers come.
4, 5, 6, 7. These are Chaos Warriors. They look beautiful. What's special about this one compared to regular? They have immune to psychology. They're fast. They're fast as well. They have 38 speed. They also have a little bit more damage, it seems. 3210. Oh. Did they modify armor piercing damage on the Chaos Warriors? But they forgot to modify it for the Mirror Guard. I think they did. I think they did. Because every now and then they increase this armor piercing damage, especially with the big changes. It looks like it was modified. This might be by design, but they still have pretty good damage. They have higher weapon damage, but lower armor piercing damage. But they're fast, and I like that extra 10 speed on this unit. They're much faster than the aspiring champions, who are supposed to be faster than the Chaos Warriors. The fact this unit has 28 speed and this unit has 32 speed, totally irrelevant. It's the same shit. This unit should have like 36, while 38 here is nice. So they're fast, and they have immune to psychology, which means immune to fear and terror, which don't give mean shit on 97 leadership. They might have a little bit more defense as well. It's hard to say until we see the high rank. These units get ridiculous defense per rank. It looks like they have a little higher defense as well. So speed, defense, a higher weapon damage, but slightly lower armor piercing damage. They're definitely better than a regular Chaos Warrior, for sure. They look very good. So it looks like slightly higher defense as well, not just speed and damage. But the fact this unit has 11 AP and this unit has 10 AP, pretty much they have the same damage. Attack intervals, you know, you can never be sure. What do they say about this unit? Is this text for the Chaos Warriors and not for the Mirror Guard? An ancient lineage of warriors supremely enhanced by the energies of chaos, nourished only by carnage and bloodshed. Chaos warriors are fighters of unmatched prowess. Their strength is infernal and their bodies are as tough as the iron mountains. Imbued with the power of chaos and encased in suits of hell-forged armor, a chaos warrior is equal to several battle-hardened mortal men. They are no longer truly human, but living weapons, honed perfectly for the bloody tasks before them. Chaos warrior has no need for food, drink, or sleep, and he still has vigor, same as the greatsword. For he is nourished by the carnage that he wreaks. He has nothing but contempt for the weak or the cowardly, and goes about the business of murder with a vengeance. There is always a part of the man that rages against that which he has become. Chaos Warrior's only solace is in slaughter. Fulfillment of his new existence is as an instrument of his blasphemous God's will, and at the battle end his armor is spattered with the lifeblood of the slain. So then they get their armor blooded down. I mean, the Chaos has hearts of iron, so it kinda represents that. Their stamina.
Dominance.
Basically, they're superhuman,
Witness my beauty.
or like supernatural forces.
Ready.
And another exalted hero. Let's see. Are we gonna get garbage, shit, or GG? Decisions, so hard. Why they even let you pick this shit?
I'll slaughter your name.
What?
Oh my
I
god.
have the forge
You see that
fires
shit?
glowing.
Holy shit. What the hell?
Now.
No. Okay. Yeah, that happens, Sakitama. Breaker should just be removed from the game. Hey Sega, thank you for 11 months. Time to shine. Time to shine. Because we're at war with Red Eye. So I went here to destroy them. It was convenient. We can go wherever we want. Wherever we want. We can go back down there to smack Kroger left and right if we want. You want a Chaos campaign the last 2 days, or you want a Chaos campaign the last 6 days? Huh? That would not be OP. The Mirror Guard can never be OP because they're Chaos Warriors. Any chosen unit is better. So Mirror Guard having perfect vigor would make sense. Because they are also fast. And I would like to see that in Curious Nature. The way the current Mirror Guard is just boring the old system. Chosen are already overpowered, so you can't give anything to Chaos Warrior to make them better than the Chosen. Oh man, I totally forgot about that.
Dominance. Moving farther.
Does he have says moving farther or moving farther? I've never really understood what he said there. What he says there.
Handsome and lethal.
I didn't need to do that. We could have just recruited 2 chosen great weapons and disbanded them because we had more than 3. It's not against the rules. But then again, we had to disband 2 units anyways because we are at 18. We could have removed the healers from the army.
Never stop. For the gods of chaos.
Green buff for infantry. What are you talking about, Himalayan?
They will learn
I am Slanesh's scion.
for the gods of chaos.
I mean, this is just perfect, guys. I recruited Roman, and then I recruited Scotty, and they have the same exact fucking unit card. Can the game just, you know, have A, B, C, D, A, you know, and then just I recruit first guy has unit card number A, and then to guarantee that the second unit card is not A but is B? Fucking hell. Always triggered by this shit. CA, you want $5? I'm gonna give you $5. Give me fucking hero unit cards. God damn it. Clone armies. What is this, Witcher 1? He doesn't even look to the right. Now look at this, it's the same shit.
Fool.
Hey, Manuel. I thought they had professionals, pioneers in the industry and shit, you know, people like company and all. And they just, you know, spend extra 5 minutes in Photoshop or whatever they use. You know, just miss one coffee break. I don't ask them to work like those people in Rockstar, you know, give those games, but 5 minutes, it's like make him look top, make him put some kind of helmet, just break the helmet horn on one guy, just, you know, make a scar on the other guy. 5 minutes, all I ask. One coffee break. The fact that there are not multiple helmets on the captains and these guys is just like lazy. Pure laziness.
I will acquiesce. To die in battle.
Fucking hell, we don't have him in range.
You dare.
He's gonna recruit, huh?
I must fulfill my Slayer oath. Move. What do you want? I am the Slayer King. The Dark Prince wishes. The Slayer in me seeks death. I grow restless.
Many less lightning fast campaign of Sort of Kane. No and maybe.
I'll slaughter in your name.
No.
I don't think these guys will survive with Krakadrak being like that. I don't think so. Fighting dwarves, so might as well keep these two guys right now.
I must fulfill my Slayer oath.
Shields are kinda better against Ungrim though. Extra attack and Slayers have no armor, so that doesn't matter. The range is bigger threat than the Slayers, anyways. How many units will he get here?
I am the Slayer King.
One unit of Chosen is worth more than one unit of Longers and Miners in that garrison. Talking about hero unit cards. The hero cards on the interface. Too many, the chance of getting the one that looks the same is too high. Like they haven't put enough variation. You know, playing Ikikla campaign, I put 3 Warlock Engineers in the army. 3. Not 2, but 3. And they all had the same unit card. Should never be possible. If you put 3 same heroes in the army, you should never have all 3 the same unit card. That tells you how much variation there is. Yeah, Sequel gets regeneration from his armor, but he can still get more regeneration. Actually, it's not really matter that much because he's strong toughness. But Isabella's regeneration works on him. The regeneration he gets from his armor is stronger than the regular regeneration, and it's not the regular regeneration. So he can use both. So he can heal really fast.
A beautiful decision. To die in battle. Urks, talk fast, for you are my enemy.
Well, the regeneration granted by the auric armor is called passive ability auric armor. So it has the same effect as the regeneration, just stronger. So auric armor and regeneration, they stack. You don't need the regeneration when you have auric armor.
For chaos.
Sequel will get stronger here for sure.
Don't think so.
He has a pretty good. Ungrim has pretty good trade for the fighters. I think we can get students with chaos, so we're gonna turn over tech. We have 3 heroes right now. The chaos technology actually takes some time to research, so we want to get a couple of students if possible. We don't really need great weapons against this shit, so we're gonna get halberds. Mark of Korn fits the mirror guard. It's silly that Mark of Slanesh is total garbage, and this unit already has Mark of Slanesh. Yes, Chicken Town. Has a silver bird effect. So it stacks with regeneration, stacks with hunger, stacks with anything that provides the regeneration augment. When we talk about the regeneration, we don't only talk about the regeneration. We talk about heal over time, and multiple things can provide regeneration, not just regeneration.
Tremble, mortals.
Mark of Korn, I think it's best suited for the Chaos Knights. But we have no Chaos Knights in the army.
Chosen. Sigval.
How do we know that these guys have Mark of Slanesh? Well, they image psychology. That's what Mark of Slanesh provides. Image psychology. Is there a more boring thing in the game than image psychology? One of the most badass, if not the most badass, strongest guys in the lore, Archaon. What'd you get by defeating Archaon again? Remind me. They have the Slayers, so they'll do some damage here.
Chaos sorcerer.
It does, don't spin him, yeah. It does. I think it's virtually Slayers. The explosion doesn't do much to them. Slayers don't have the weakness of the long bits. They're not that weak to splash attacks. An explosion. We should switch on the fire at wheel and go fight the Slayers.
Now is our time. Anarchy for all. Blood for the blood god. Give us
Ungrim actually is stronger than the Sigurd in 101. Especially if Ungrim has a couple of ranks.
the master's speed. Going.
And this is funny how Ungrim is a melee expert, he should not be able to beat Sigurd 101.
Glory. My god's cause. Chosen.
I've lost to Ungrim in the past with Sigurd.
Eye of the god.
look how fast he gets killed. There's no chance. And this is, you know, contradictory to the system they have designed. This is not just difficulty here. Ungrim always beats Sigurd. Sigurd can beat Ungrim. So Ungrim is a melee expert, while Sigurd is a duelist. This fucking makes no sense. Ungrim is a duelist and Sigurd is a melee expert. Makes no sense at all. The fact that Sigurd gets regeneration makes him a melee expert, while the fact that Ungrim has armor piercing damage until large makes him a duelist. They go over their system here. Every dwarf is a melee expert. There is no debating that. There is no debating that. Every dwarf is a melee expert. But when it comes to specialty, Ungrim is a better duelist than Sigurd. And look at this, Sigurd is a melee expert and duelist, while Ungrim just says melee expert here. While Ungrim is better suited at the dueling than at being melee expert, just because of his damage specialty. This guy says both, melee expert, duelist. He's no duelist. Can't have a duelist with armor piercing damage. In other words, Sigurd cannot beat Ungrim, you know, just because how Ungrim was designed over Sigurd. You think a unit that has until large is a melee expert more than a duelist? He's a more of a duelist than melee expert Ungrim. Just being dwarf makes him a melee expert. It's a little bit confusing. What the fuck does it all means? Duelist is one-on-one fighting, while melee expert is not just fighting in melee, but how resistant is taking damage and fighting at the same time. So if you can set him into melee and leave him there for the rest of the battle, that would be like an ideal melee expert. While duelist, it's expected of duelist to win one-on-one, and Sigurd cannot win one-on-one against Ungrim.
I do as you bid.
He can't.
Chaos warriors! Despoiling! Running! Move fast!
The fact that Sigurd has a duelist but has no armor piercing damage, it goes against their system, which they changed on several characters like Tyrion and Arcane. So Arcane, which is not a duelist but you know, can duel, is better at being melee expert than a wizard, is better at dueling than Sigurd, which is supposed to be a duelist, which is kind of, you know, I hope you're following what I'm trying to say here. So they make Arcane better at dueling, while they don't change Sigurd at all, and they you know, still, you know, saying Sigurd here is a duelist, which he is not. Can't be a duelist in this current game without armor piercing damage. Oh man, I'm it's like, what the fuck am I even saying all these things out loud? It's like, give me a headache. I just banned the regular chosen.
Kill them all! Exalted hero. Read this.
Ungrim is very strong in melee, very strong. Has much better stats than Sigurd for melee, which is kind of you know, weird, because Chaos Lord should always have higher stats than other guys. By the way, Sigurd was stronger than Ungrim in Warhammer 1. But in Warhammer 2 they overbuffed Ungrim and they ignored Sigurd.
God's bloody glory. Kill, maim, burn. Name your demand.
Ungrim is amazing, especially with the setup you can build on him. It's always a pain in the ass. You can build an Ungrim to do shit like this. What was the command? Ungrim. We have Ungrim and I think have Slayer King. Slayer King. Yeah, this is the Warhammer 2 Ungrim. Let me show you. And this is not even him on 100%. We can go hunt some lord traits. You get Krogar on him. You get a couple other guys that are other continents. This is not even Ungrim 100%. This is like Ungrim like around 90%. I don't think Ungrim should ever be more powerful than a Chaos Lord. Especially the legendary one. Not all Sigvald will get fixed, but it is what it is right now. Not saying that Sigvald is weak, that just the other guys just got buffed more than Sigvald, and you know it's not right. Sigvald's role is melee expert that cannot die, apply on the right units, and then shoot Hell Cannon on top of him. That's probably the best way to use Sigvald. So it kind of favors, you know, Hell Cannons in the army. And if you don't do it like that, you kind of, you know, missing some kind of effectiveness. It used to be stronger before the AI would stack, so Sigvald totally got wrecked over time. AI used to stack stuff, and they would pretty much go on Sigvald. Then we just kill a couple of Hell Cannons, kill everything. And with all the change to the game, everything got changed for the better. But they did not really give him armor piercing damage. See, he had kind of low damage. You know, a duelist should always do armor piercing damage. This is a trait you get for defeating Ungrim. Very nice trait for fighters.
Are you a god?
This is a Regiment Renown. If you register on Total War Access and register your Steam account there, you get access to the Regiment's Renown. I think we still have a command somewhere for that shit. So if you don't have Regiments of Renown for the Warriors of Chaos, Wood Elves, Beastmen, Bretonia and Norska, you can register and get them there. Keep in mind, if you don't own one of these DLCs, you will not be able to get them. Is there training for 3 months?
Bring ruin.
Is Ulon the balance nowadays? No, it's in the same place. Doesn't mean we have to do Sarult and I have to go there, I was saying. I don't want to finish this campaign in one day. The high elves are currently pretty weak there to fight us. What's the point of go fighting high elves if we're not gonna see some of their tier 4 and tier 5 units? Total War Access is a website. Google it. You have to register there, link your Steam account, and you get the free Regiments Renown for these factions. You have to own all these DLCs, otherwise you don't get it. Bretonia was free, the other ones you have to pay for, so it doesn't work if you don't have all of them.
Witness.
Oh, I do like to visit Karakardin while playing Chaos. Why not? I need to try to get some battles to unlock Arcane. Arcane is powerful and it's a little bit annoying to unlock. Do I stream Gwent patch tomorrow? The stream will probably start on Wednesday tomorrow. So it's funny how today's Monday, but the next stream starts on Wednesday. But we're still streaming in Tuesday because this stream is gonna be up for another 5 hours, 6 hours. So the next stream starts actually on Wednesday because we're streaming Monday, Tuesday today on the same day because we already streamed Monday yesterday. So yes. Then the next stream is Gwent. You are right. I'll be making new decks. GoldenEye. I'll making Nilfgaard. And since the control changes have been happening, I'll be definitely making some new stuff. Definitely new stuff. I'm excited. I watched the stream. A lot of good stuff. We'll be playing Nilfgaard, Skellige, and maybe Northern Realms. I promise, guys, no monsters next month. I'm gonna stay away from monsters next month. When I come back to monsters, it's gonna be Unseen Elder. Game of Thrones episode was insane, definitely. Guys, no spoilers, by the way.
Avert your eyes. Moving. A worthy choice.
Oh, we need the growth here for... I think those guys might actually lose there.
I'll slaughter in your name.
This would break my vow.
Gotta love this, you know, the people, you know, who complain, you know, when they're... when... it's like...
Go now.
I'm not even sure how to say this without spoiling. You know, when, you know, watching Sopranos, and you know, love all the drama that's happening, and then they make one episode when nobody talks and there's just action, and then the people complaining, "Where's my drama?" You can't make everybody happy making episodes like that. Every show has stuff like that. Where's my drama? I don't want to watch 60 minutes of shooting. What the fuck? Even if it was perfect, you know, I don't care about that shit. I want my drama. Okay, trećem this turn.
Enter then. Are you after a drink, a fist fight, or...
And talk at me in your crude language if you must.
We're gonna eventually have to declare war on everybody anyways. Treachery with chaos pretty much declare war every 10 turns.
I refuse.
Look at the corruption, man, it's incredible.
You dare.
You can't play this with Sartorial. No, he's just a lord in custom battles and multiplayer. It's because how the Chaos campaign works. Spoilers. The advisor is a puppet of Zinch, and the Zinch betrays the Ever-Chosen and sends Sartorial to fight him. Since Sartorial is the demon of Zinch, so you cannot play with him. You should know this by now. It's 2019. That's why you cannot play with Sartorial. Don't you guys have you never noticed how the bird whispers into the old man's ears? The bird represents Zinch, and the old man is the puppet of Zinch. That's the advisor. How do you turn on the advisor in this game? Where's the advisor? Where's the old man? Advise me! How do you turn on advisor in this game? I don't know. But then you can see the I don't know. I never use advisor. I turned it off from when I started playing the game. But when you see the old guy, you can see the bird whispering into his ear. Very top.
What? Who are these grotesque
Tell me how to play the game, old man!
dominants? Handsome and lethal. Now.
I don't think he's in this campaign because his works for Zinch. I did Goldeneye.
You dare. Ready. Onward to destruction.
I have no time for this.
I did clear history and it didn't work.
For chaos. The gods direct me. Chaos. I will not sully the High King's mantle by speaking to chaos things.
Can't believe they recorded these voice lines. There should be just perma war between these factions.
Chaos, how dare you entreat me? Filth, spawn, Thagai kin. I will not sully the High King's mantle by speaking to chaos thing. Do not sully my presence any longer than you must. I am the High King. I will hear you beg now. Talk then, but I make no oath for the surety of your life. I am the High King. Chaos, how dare you entreat me? Filth, spawn, Thagai kin.
Witness my beauty.
Not likely.
Despoilers come. Avert your eyes. Who are these grotesqueries?
Tiger Keen, I don't know, I can guess ruinous ones, corrupted ones. Taiga means murderous traitor. They call us the murderous traitor, murderous traitors of the murderous traitors.
Simpering fools! You dare come before me, the Lord of the End Times?